My name is Emile Murray. I am 33 years old. I am from Lancaster, California. I've been skating 24 years. That's crazy. I should be better than I am. I kind of started skating because I lied to my homie. Basically, he was like the coolest kid in school. His name was Chris. Rest in peace, brother. He got a pair of the Muscas. This is like 98. And I'm like, dang, dude. Like, I was like, oh, I skate too. Like, but my skate shoes are at home. I just don't wear them here. I also told him that Stevie Williams was my cousin. Stevie Williams is not my cousin. And my mom, being a G, she like went to the store and bought me a pair of the S Ronnie Craigers and skateboard, and I had to start skating after that. So when I started off, it was just fun. I just loved learning new tricks, progressing. But at some point, I made the switch in my mind to like, I want to do this. I want to be sponsored. I want to be a pro skater. I probably stopped that pursuit when I got this job as a rep. But until then, skating was like, it was still fun, but it was more stressful. It was just like, I gotta hug down this 15th stair. If I wanna make it, this is what I gotta do. My first sponsor and job was Pharmacy Board Shop. I still skate for those guys. Actually, I put myself on the team. They didn't even, I just started saying, yeah, I rep for the shop. I would see reps coming to the shop all the time. And I would just see them like high five kids and give people free stuff. And I'm like, damn, that's sick. If I don't become a pro skater, I wanna do that. But of course, not knowing where to start at. How I even got the job was kind of crazy. I just went to go pick up my shoes in the shop, and BK was in there showing the Americas. He was the first shoe rep in the world for skate shoes. And I was like, yo, these are the new Americas? Like, this is like my favorite brand. Geeked out for a minute on the shoes, and then I did. He got my shoes out from someone else and sent me a pair of shoes. I got his email address. I sent him a thank you, like, hey, thanks for the shoes, I really appreciate it. Is there any way I can maybe send you some footage to maybe keep this going? And thankfully, he was like, yeah, absolutely, like, let's do it. After that, I started getting hooked up through Team BK. And then one day I went to BK's house to show him some footage, and he was like, man, how do we get you paid? And then he was like, well, like, we can't be in front of our computer all the time. Would you wanna maybe just take over promo requests and like maybe some data entry for us? And I was like, I'm down, because I was working at Pharmacy at the time, so I'm like, cool, I needed more money anyways. And it allowed me to skate still, work at Pharmacy, and then at nighttime enter these promo orders or enter data entry for Nixon or whatever too. So I did that for a year or two, and then I was like, hey, this is super cool, I'm so hyped on this is dope, but like, I want more. I just want to grow. And BK was like, cool, we'll give you growing chocolate, and you can go on the road and start figuring it out. And there was definitely a learning curve for me. It wasn't like I just went in and started killing it. I was tripping. I'm like, how do you guys know these people's names at these shops? This is insane. And I was discouraged too. I would go into shops and like not get an order, and I'd be bummed on myself, like, dang, am I just like not made for this? Am I just blowing it? Like, what am I doing wrong? But they were patient and they were kind and they had my back. And just kind of like, he slowly grew me to doing other brands. And with that, it's like shop visits, a lot of phone calls, a lot of emails, but basically you're just like going in, checking in on what's going on, and just making sure they have what they need from your brands. The brands make the product, and then I take that product and then I offer it to the shops. What I'm showing is typically a year ahead. You get their orders in pretty much by a certain deadline, and then that way the brand knows how much of what to make. And also give feedback to the brand as well too. And through like the 7 years I worked with those guys or whatever it was, I just made a lot of connections myself and like built a lot of relationships of my own as well too. So when 2020 hit, when the pandemic hit, I was like, man, I've done this under this umbrella for so long. I really want to see what I can do on my own. You know, it's a scary thought. But I want to go out on my own and do the brands that I want to do with no safety net. There is no one else. I just started reaching out to the brands that I was a fan of already, just see how I could be of service to those guys. I think for me, the big one was New Balance. That was the one that I wanted the most out of anything. And I was like, man, like, I don't see how this is gonna happen. They already had a rep who I work with, Jason Coons. I'm like, they don't really need another dude, but I'm gonna try anyway. So I just called the sales manager, Jason Rothmeyer, and I was like, hey dude, I'm on my own, I'm doing my own thing. I love the shoes, I love what you guys have over there. All my friends work there right now. I just want to be a part of it some way, but only if it makes sense. If it doesn't, it's all good, like whatever, I just wanted to take that chance. And Roth was like, yeah, we're growing a bunch, like let me just get back to you. It took about a whole year, but yeah, Jason Rothmeyer and Jason Coons put me on. That was a dream come true for me for sure. Also did April Skateboards. Big fan of Shane O'Neill, so that was a dream come true for sure. My man Josh Lopez hooked me up with that one as well too. And I hope everything is all like relationships, literally. Everything is literally all who you know, which sounds insane, but it's like so crucial to like get out there and like meet people. A lot of times people ask me, like, how did you even become a rep? But literally, I worked at pharmacy for 10 years. That's where you kind of learn what's hot, what's not. You start watching the buyers and how they buy stuff. You start watching the trends come and go and change and stuff. You start learning like inventory levels and all that stuff too. So that's at the ground level. That's the core of this entire industry is the shops. It's not a 9 to 5, it's like a 24/7 kind of situation. I tell myself that I work Monday through Friday, but realistically, I work every day. Right now I'm doing New Balance Gas Giants with my man Ish, Dot Bag, backpacks made out of recycled ocean plastic. April Skateboards, I do another brand called Cortina with my man Andy Netkin, color bars as well with Andy Netkin. I do Televisi Star, my man Indra out in Bali, and then I do a brand called Artform, which is based out of SoCal. I got a full plate, but we make it work. And I got in this industry because I don't want to feel like I have a regular 9 to 5. I don't want to feel like I have to go to work. I really love what I do. My Instagram is _Emile Murray. Any shops that want to get at me, DM me, we can go from there. Last year, on my birthday, the waitress comes out, brings out my food on a board. I turn the board over and it's a picture of me. I'm like, Mom, how'd you do this? I thought, you know, CCS makes the custom boards? I thought my mom was giving me a custom board. And then at some point, a bunch of the pharmacy guys come in, they're all holding the board. So yeah, I don't want to call it a pro board. They made me a flow model skateboard. But dude, that was probably the highlight of my life, low key. I love those guys.